Hello and welcome back. Michael Proper with ClearCenter. We've also got Nick Mecham from Monnit here. We're grateful for these folks coming down and sharing with us real-world experiences of how folks can actually use technology to save money and hopefully produce as well and comply with regulations these days. So, Nick, would you tell us how this beautiful device is actually used and why they use it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a cellular gateway device that we use in our deployments with our wireless sensing technology. The way it works is we have a local radio network that communicates via 900 megahertz or 868 or 433 megahertz radio back to our gateway device. So they'll put these sensors, for example, on a refrigerator or a piece of machinery that they want to understand what's going on. Once the data hits the cellular gateway, it passes that back via the cellular network to the cloud. And
so we've got a refrigerator here. This is, remember, on premise, off premise. This is at the customer's location. We have a refrigerator, and we want to test the temperature.
Yes.
Okay. So we got a sensor that's actually stuck onto the fridge, and then this device that is connecting to that sensor. Okay. And then this cellular that's actually connecting to a cellular internet provider, and then connecting that data up. Right.
Correct.
Okay. So all of that is kind of the baseline.
That's the Monnit solution.
And that solution is important because, one, they have to do it from a compliance standpoint. All of these restaurants or anybody that does food handling and actually keeps it cold to a certain temperature has to prove that they're doing it. And so the ability to monitor through a sensor and then make sure that, let's say, the power was to go down. Well, what happens if the power goes down? You have battery backup?
We do. We have a battery backup in these devices. So the minute that the power is lost, the user can set up a notification on the gateway, and that will be sent immediately through the cellular network out to a mobile device of some sort and says, hey, it's too hot.
What also is just interesting from my perspective, when I go through and understand, they have to set up a separate infrastructure for both cellular as well as your normal internet. So the employees to be able to take money through a cash register from a point of sale system, whether it's local or off premise, has to be able to connect. Why? Because whether it's taking people's money from a credit card or others, and those may be their own cellular systems as well. But the point is most restaurants have wireless access points, which will have a switch. They also need to have some type of firewall or some type of ability to be able to let folks on or off. And then they also connect into the internet service provider. So when you've got this solution here, which works off of cellular, which this solution is just basically, let's call this Internet Connection 2, Internet Connection 1. In the ClearOS marketplace, if you look for multi-WAN, and then you deploy systems just like this, that basically do everything that all of this accomplishes. So you can plug right into your internet service provider. You can be your firewall, your router, your intrusion detection, your wireless access point can plug directly into the system. Some of these can actually act as your wireless access point as well as your cellular provider. So if you haven't seen a ClearBox or any, I know that Hewlett-Packard Enterprise also has the ability to be able to deliver ProLine servers with the ability to have cellular connections into them. So what you would do is simplify the stack and basically replace this whole infrastructure with one device. That one device would basically have the cellular built into it. So it's going to connect up. It's also going to have a little USB that's going to plug in, so that's going to connect to here. And then some of them have just wireless access points that can come off of them, and you're done. So literally, you're replacing 3 or 4 devices, and I mean, this device in and of itself is going to cost twice the price of this device. So when you look at it from a dollars and cents on the deployment standpoint, much more expensive. When you look at it from a total cost of ownership of having to manage all those different devices versus one and make sure that this is secure and compliant, very inexpensive. So that's one of the reasons that we're partnering up. We're going to be offering the ability to plug in. So there's a couple different apps in the ClearOS marketplace around home automation or sensors. Domatics is one of them. But also watch for the relationship between ClearCenter and Monnit as to how sensors can actually plug directly into a x86-based system and be able to enable your environment to watch humidity, to watch vibrations, to watch temperatures.
Power consumption, everything that you can imagine.